There's a situation with a family out in Brandon, which we covered yesterday. A woman who's very concerned. There's a county pipe in front of her home that continues to burst, and it's happened quite a few times since November. And they come out and they fix it, but then it happens again, and it's very frustrating for her. It's caused, as she says, her water bills to go up, and it's very difficult for their daily lives. They wake up, there's no water. She has young children. She has a job. They're trying to bathe with bottled water and things. It's just, it's very tricky. They're very frustrated, and they want to know why this keeps happening.
That's a good question as to why. It is unfortunate that it has happened 3 or 4 times here that we can see. We are taking a look at it. I can see that pipe in her area has been identified prior to this time as an area of replacement. It just wasn't prioritized to be done right now, but now we're looking at it again to see how we can reprioritize our prioritization list. So we're looking at it.
And why was it on the list to be repaired?
Because the pipe is very old. It was installed in 1949, so it's reached its useful life.
For those of us who aren't pipe experts per se, what is the lifespan of a pipe? How long can they go without being repaired or replaced?
Pipe can range anywhere, depending on the type of pipe and materials, it can range anywhere from 50 to 100 years. So this pipe is around 70-something years. There's still over 115 miles of the same type pipe in the ground.
And are you seeing similar problems like this across the county?
I have not in this particular location, but we have hot spots occasionally it happens. And I really couldn't tell you why. I mean, it could be the ground has moved, it could be the weather's become dry or wet or whatever. It's unfortunate.
So it's an old pipe, we know, but we don't know exactly what is causing all of these issues in particular, aside from the age, because other old pipes aren't doing this.
Yeah, I have pipes that are right around the corner from here that are the same age, and we haven't had a problem. As a matter of fact, we haven't had a problem with that particular pipe before this time. So it went for years and years, there's no problem, and all of a sudden we're having a problem now. It's a concern to us, and I can certainly appreciate her feelings. I'd be thinking the same. We always think of ourselves as just like the customer. What if my mother lived in the house? So we don't want it to happen.
So it's happened a few times in the last few months.
Yes.
Can you explain in layman's terms what it is that you guys do when you go out to remedy the situation?
Well, first of all, we'll get a call that there's a leak or a break or something like that. We'll go out and identify that it is water. Sometimes it's irrigation or something else. So we identify that it's water. We have to turn the water off to fix it. So we turn it off and identify what happened. In this particular case here, we saw that it was a coupling between the 2 pieces of pipe, and so we need to make repairs. And so we made repairs. From the records that I looked at the other day, looks like we've had a leak on the east side of her house on that street, and we had a leak near her driveway, and then there's another leak in the lot right next door, and then there was a valve that we replaced as a result of us trying to isolate one of these leaks off before. So that's why we have 4 different instances in like 2 different lots. So that's unfortunate.
Would it be more cost effective and better for everyone in the long run, instead of going in and doing these patchwork fixes, to just replace the entire pipe?
Well, we are planning to replace the entire pipe, but it's a question of the wherewithal to do that. It's a pipe that's 3 or 4 feet deep. It's a pipe that's 8 inches inside. It's going into sidewalks, around power boxes, and poles, and infrastructure. So there's a certain amount of engineering that's going to go in to do that kind of work. And we don't do that kind of new construction in-house, so we have to hire a contractor. We have to estimate it. We have to put in locates. So there's a number of things that have to happen for us to do that, but we are going to. When we have done up to 50 miles of this similar type pipe in the past, at an effort of almost $20 million, or a little more than $20 million. So we go in to make a decision to do something like this. We like to do a whole swath of it. We won't be doing that in this particular case. We've identified, working with engineering already, to here's what the pipe is, here's the material, here's the aging material. Engineering is already looking at potential solutions.
So this pipe is going to be replaced.
It will be replaced.
Do we have a timeline?
I would suggest at least this year. That's about the best I can do. We just heard about the problem 2 days ago. Been working with engineering over and under during that time. And if you give us a little bit of time, we'll have a better idea.
So you say you just heard about it a couple days ago, even though the problem goes back to November. So was it not being reported until just now?
Well, I wouldn't want to say that. I have 200,000 customers, so I have lots of leaks and breaks, so they didn't make it to my level. Certainly when we have a multiple hit like this, it is problematic. So I do know about it now, and we're going to take the right action.
What should other people do if they're experiencing similar issues? Again, you said we have a lot of old pipes in the county, and a lot of them that have been identified for needing replacement, but you just can't get to them or haven't been able to. If someone's having an issue and...
We could call the department, absolutely. In fact, I didn't hear about it this time, so We do have an emergency number. They can call 813-744-5600. That number is manned 24/7. They'll certainly get somebody. We pride ourselves in being at that location in less than an hour, 24/7. So we're always responsible to our customers. They're the reason we're here. Customers are everything.
But how can someone make sure, again, in this example, they called that line and they did alert the county every time it burst, but it took us having to come intervene to get it to the level of, okay, we need to move this up the time frame to get it replaced. And so someone, how can they make sure that it's being heard by the people who need to hear it? Because they came in to rectify quickly, but it took us coming in to get it to the level of, okay, we're going to move this up to get it replaced.
Well, all I can say is we should have moved more quickly. And for that, I take responsibility. I am the division director, so I can tell you that anytime I've instructed my subordinates, when we hear something that happens multiple times on the property, we'll take action. We have a number of times this happened over the past. I have a lot of pipe, so it's bound to happen sooner or later. We take pride in doing a better job.
I know the city of Tampa has publicly said that it has a lot of issues with its water pipes as well.
Yes.
It's an aging system that, frankly, they're overwhelmed by. Does the county face a similar problem?
In some ways we do. We have a couple of types of pipe. The material that this pipe is made out of, that's older, more brittle. They've changed some materials since it was originally installed, so we're looking at those. We don't have the age problem that the city does. They've been around a lot longer than us. Hillsborough County's only been incorporated since I'm talking about the utility department, since 1967. A lot of the stuff that we have is in Eastern County and Northern County. It's newer pipe. So we don't have the same infrastructure age problem that they do, thank goodness.
So the one that we're talking about here in Brandon is, would it be safe to say one of the oldest pipes in the county? Or a group of one of the oldest pipes in the county?
It could be, yes. Now there were we have pipes that, when I was here almost 20 years ago, we've actually found old wooden pipes in the Riverview area. So this is an old pipe, 1949. This particular was the Brandon Water Company. It was one of the original franchises in the Brandon area that the county took over, along with many other franchises since that time.
What's it going to cost to replace this pipe?
That's a good question. I really don't have the answer to that right now. I'm sure it'll be into the couple of $100,000 range.
The repairs that you have to come in and make when it bursts, approximately how much do those cost? I'm just trying to kind of figure out where they fall.
You know what? There again, I would be remiss if I told you the answer to that. It's several $1,000s for sure. You have to take the truck cost, the hourly cost. The cost of the materials themselves isn't a great amount of money. It's the cost of the labor and the trucks and the materials and backfill. Of course, we have to sod it and a lot of things that go on to do it. We'd certainly rather do it on our leisure than have to do an emergency.
So you'd like to have it done this year?
I'd like to.
Okay.
I'm speaking for engineering, and I'm really going to get. They're not going to like me telling them you're going to get it done, but we're going to absolutely move forward. I've talked to the director about it. We're going to reprioritize our issues and try to move in that area. We don't want it to happen again.
How long does a project like that take?
Well, the hardest part right now is we have to engineer it, we have to estimate it, then we have to find the correct type of contractor that can do the work, and then they have to put the contract out for bid if we have to. That takes a certain amount of time, and then they have to mobilize and begin the work. So there's a number of things that have to happen.
All right. Anything else that you would like to add about the situation?
Not really. I don't have anything other than we are sorry that it happened for this individual, and we're going to try to make it right.
Rich, thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me time to explain.
Of course. Thank you.
All right.
We're good? All right.
All right.